once that was done, I went over to EOBA. Dion was like, I'm gonna train at 1:30. Dion said the BART was late. I need to, it's gonna be a little bit, I'll be there at 2. I said, catch an Uber, cause I'm gonna be training somebody. So I started training. I worked out a little bit, got warmed up, got a little jump rope in, hit the bag a little bit. Dion came, we did the glove mitts, did our work. Then Dion got a little work in, man. By the time 2:30 came, I texted her and told her, hey, blood, it's good, champ. You ain't gotta come. You got it. And then, you know, one thing I will say, blood, it wasn't my fault, but Bishop Don Juan said the game is to be sold, not told. And that's the problem. Raquel come to me and ask me to do something for her, I'm a charger. I'm gonna probably tell her, I'm good, blood. Go ahead and do your thing. I'll just watch. I'll just watch. Cause she don't have shit to do. Like, niggas can 52 fake me all day, but she don't do what you do for a living every day. She not in a truck. So it's like, it's not like, you know, you really got mad shit to do. She's a scatterbrain. There's no discipline there. Niggas don't know how to focus on the task at hand. So once I text her and told her at 2:34, I'm done for the day. I'll get with you next time, champ.
She ain't say nothing back?
Nothing. I don't even care to train her. She'll have to pay me. I'm good. And all money ain't good money. So I really wouldn't even, I'm good, blood. She better off just, you know, being a good friend and being sis. But wasting my time. Hey, listen, one thing, I don't care who I fought. I ain't take hitting no canvas. And the one thing I've seen too, my nigga fought some niggas and he never hit no canvas. No nigga never sat him on his booty. Talk Sports Plus 406. What do I think about Shakur Stevenson's skills? They're limited. He doesn't have the complete all-time great skills of boxing. Because when you have the all-time great skills of boxing, you could fight inside, outside, backwards, forwards. You could come forwards, you could go backwards. You could be in the pocket. You could fight outside the pocket. You could do anything, bud. Bud can do anything. I'm not lying about it. You know, that's what's seen on TV. But I see now that I'm not senile, but I do see at this point in time that it don't matter what you put on tape. Niggas ain't gonna listen and niggas ain't gonna do it. You could tape shit and say, hey, listen, he not on the inside right here. And niggas, and then my nigga Dave Flats came in the chat and said, no, they just fight on the inside differently. No, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Inside is about your range. Now, if you in that range and you doing something different, that's different. But he wasn't even in the range. He in the tire leaning back. The tire work is for you to work on the inside. It's fucking cat, blood. Shit cat. And listen, I get niggas got their New York bias, but there's one thing I could say about my Ohio Negroes. Hey, they don't care, but there ain't no bias. If you doing dumb shit, you doing it. And they own you. It's not personal. We're not talking about Well, it's one thing if you like my nigga AB and you just out here drinking and just ruining your life. That's different, because we do care about you. But if it's just about boxing, it's just about boxing. If you taking it personal, that's on you. You know, but Shakur's skills are limited because he doesn't have inside work.
I ain't talked to him yet. I just called him. I may have to bump Ren tomorrow because we didn't make it to cast today.
When you realize that when you boxing, when you're boxing, you gotta understand, you gotta be able to do everything. You gotta be able to do everything. Shakur is not skilled at doing everything in the ring. He's a great boxer, classical boxer, boxing off the back foot. But when it comes to having inside work and neutralizing power punches, he doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to roll with the shots and do any of that. And listen, my man Eric Moon, he told me. See, that's the thing. I know somebody who was actually with Shakur, and he said, no, the reason why he doesn't fight like that is because he doesn't really have a chin. And then when I was live with my man Eric Kelly, he said, you don't know why he don't fight like that. You never know. It might be something other. It could be a chin. And he didn't say it, but he alluded to that. That's two people who do probably know each other, but you know, Moon said he was with him and seen him spar and get cracked upside his head and went into holding and went into the prevent defense. So that lets me know right there. That lets me know. Yeah, like, that's what it is, blood. You know? So all that y'all talking about somebody hating on Shakur and all of that, blood, I don't care to hate on Cuz. I don't care about Cuz like that. I'm talking boxing. Yeah, like I'm talking boxing. You know. Yeah, bro. You gotta know boxing. You gotta know boxing. So it's not personal with me, it's just about boxing. So, you know, if you want to take it personal like that, you know, that's on you. I'm not tripping. I'm just gonna keep talking about this boxing and keeping it moving. If you in your feelings or emotions about somebody not knowing how to fight off the back foot, that's on you. And that's gonna be it. Yeah, I'm watching Devin hit that bag. He ain't trying to get that rolly work. They pulled his card. They pulled his card with that. If you a promoter, put up the money. He didn't have the money. PVC was giving him the money. They was going to split 50-50. He thought he was supposed to get more money when he doesn't sell, and he was just on Rolly's undercard. That's crazy work. No, those are the facts. You know, it ain't no beef or it ain't nothing like that. Those are the facts of the matter. You didn't have that brethren. So, you know, Shakur is definitely has certain types of skill, but he doesn't have the all-time great boxing skill. Listen, I don't know if y'all know it, but I watch James Toney, Floyd, you know, Terry Norris. I watch a lot of different guys. Joe Frazier, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Edwin Rosario. I watch a lot of different guys, you know, a lot of champions. 80 to 90% of those champions had every type of style of work you wanted. Roberto Duran. Like, I watched them guys. That was the golden era of boxing. That was the golden era. You know, George Benton. You know, hey, listen, I had learned something not too long ago that Eddie Futch actually was from Detroit and started in Detroit. So that means it's really not the Philly shell. It's the Midwest roll, because Eddie Futch was teaching how to roll the shoulder and catch the shots. And if he from the Detroit, I mean, that comes from there. It don't come from Philly. Hey. Ezra Charles used to do it. He's from Cincinnati. Bill Miller and Ezra Charles was good friends. If I'm not mistaken, Tony James said that Bill Miller had a hand in training Emmanuel Stewart. You know? Said he used to work with all those guys. I'm not saying everybody say you got Pacquiao. You're not about to teach Pacquiao how to shoulder roll. That's not in his arsenal. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say you can't teach him defensive maneuvers. But you're not about to teach him how to actually just... You know? Even Oscar had a problem with the roll because he didn't know how to punch out of it. He could defend with it, but he didn't know how to punch out. Because he wasn't really comfortable punching with his hands from that position. And I learned that from Floyd Sr. directly. You got to be able to punch with your hands from not just in the shell. Because that's the first thing you ask. Can you punch with your hands from right there? Can you fire back? He was like, well, yeah, then it don't even. He didn't even have a conversation with me. I said, is it taboo or non-law? I'm talking to Floyd Sr. at the Floyd gym. If I'm a lefty and I'm fighting a righty in the shell, he stood up in front of me, looked at me, and was like, can you punch with your hands from right there? I said, yeah. He said, well, yeah, well, then it don't matter. And that's when I said, I get it. You got to be able to punch with your hands from anywhere. You got to be able to punch from right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. You got to be able to release your punches from everywhere. But there is a fundamental realm right here. You know what I mean? This is fundamental too. You know what I mean? This is fundamental too. What makes things fundamental and non-fundamental is the body mechanics. Oh. Something is on my body right now. I can feel it. Oof. Let me twerk my body in a circle, nigga. Pause. It's like if I was a hooper and I shoot like this, That's not fundamental. No matter what nobody say. Because everybody know you tuck the shoulder. You tuck the arm. You raise up 90 degrees. Bang, swan neck. Hand guiding it. Now, do everybody shoot like that? Did you have some exceptions? Yes, you did. But the fundamentals, it's about the body mechanics. So, like, you could be boxing, and if you boxing and your arm is out like this, that ain't it. It's not about actually the hand positioning. It's about how your arms is out from your side. Can your hands still be right here? Yes. But if I move them right here, this is a whole different thing. Right here, then right here. Look, I'm leaving my whole body open for somebody to snatch the shit. For Mike McCallum to come out of retirement and snatch it. But if I'm right here, you're not snatching. You know, right here. You can't be in a shell if you like this. Or like this. Look, I'm leaving all of this open. Niggas think they be in the shell with their arm over their stomach. No, the arm goes right here in that crevice. That way you can't go around. You can't come down the middle. This hand. Your hands is up. Your hands right here. Legs, knees must be bent. Can't be standing straight up. Fundamentally, you must be behind the shoulder, the hip, and the side of the foot. If you got a line, both feet must be on the line. Your feet ain't on the line, you square, they're coming down the middle, you smoke. It's fundamentals. Even in jiu-jitsu, it's fundamentals, blood. I did MMA. If you're trying to posture up out of the arm bar, that puts you in the arm bar. As soon as you lean up, bang, you snap. You giving him the arm bar. If you down in the guard, you putting yourself in a position to be triangle. Because then you could, this is the triangle setup. That's the triangle setup is the beginning to all moves in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Because Jiu-Jitsu wasn't always how it was judo. And then it turned into Jiu-Jitsu because a shorter guy couldn't actually grapple and wrestle with the taller guys. So he started learning how to bring them to the ground, and that was the Gracie head father. His belt is red. It's not even black. You know how long it takes to get a red belt in jiu-jitsu? See, those are the things you gotta know. Like, you can't just say you did something without actually participating in the craft of it. I actually did jiu-jitsu for a long time. And listen, that's the thing. I tried to do jiu-jitsu without learning how to wrestle. I couldn't get that. It was hard. I went to some wrestling practices first at a high school in Columbus. When I came back, my jiu-jitsu was easy because I knew how to scramble. I knew how to double leg. I was literally, oh my God, I went to 3 wrestling practices. I was taking niggas to the 12th, like they say in Akron. So, like, I'm just explaining these things because these things have to be corrected before. And then this is about the topic of conversation. You have to pay your dues. The dues come with paying the dues to the fundamentals of the craft. Correcting your fundamentals. You got special people, but the majority of the craft must follow the fundamentals because you're not going to last. That's why Roy Jones started happening and Bernard was able to box till he was 50 and really stack his bread. You can't, like, even my man Kev be like, no, Roy didn't have no legs. No, that wasn't it. Because James Toney really never used his legs like that. He didn't have any fundamental defense. He used to go straight back in the line with his hands up like this. In front of, you know who else you do? This guy that I used to work with, I'm Miguel Lopez. He used to literally block punches like this. Hands on the top of his head, forearms together, for me to come around his guard and knock his kufi loose. We all used to knock his kufi loose. Cause soon as you hit him in the head and then hit him up under the guts, he quitting. He losing focus. And that's just what it is. Now, you can learn the fundamentals. You know, and that's just the thing, man. I know a lot of people know I'm from Ohio. Ohio boxing is very different. Ohio boxing is very different. Very different. For the simple fact, ain't no Mexicans. For real. Every day you go to the gym, you in there with another black dude. You in there with another African, bro. Now, I don't know if you know, but that's work. That's work. Because they fast, some be strong. And they don't all have the same styles. But they still have the carbon, the blackness. Not every nigga in Ohio be boxing and jumping back and forth and, you know, throwing it. Sean Porter can do that. But, you know, his dad don't really know how to teach a boxing. You know, he just kept his sons in boxing. Because his older brother, Kenny Porter Jr., he was Heems. And he used to be like this, slick with it, hands up, really serving. But he wasn't like, you couldn't scream and cuss him out. His dad used to be doing too much, and then he, you know, Kenny served him. Hey. He served his daddy. You know. I would say the best boxing in Ohio is in Columbus, Ohio. Where Buster Douglas from. By far. I got the best. They teach they listen. You talking about skills? Man, my old coach Mike Johnson, he really used to be teaching crazy moves, bro. He has so much game and skills. Oh my gosh. Michael Kidd Gilchrist was nasty. Did Eddie Futch learn from Jack Blackburn? You know, I have to look that up. No, I don't know All-Star Jr. What I think about Floyd Schofield, he really don't know what he's doing in there. Is he strong and athletic? Yes. But his skill set is not that great. If it was, he would be... Listen, y'all. Boxing is simple. If you got the skills, you keep them sharp by fighting. He has a lot to learn. He not fighting on a regular. Listen, he's running out of real estate. He running out of real estate. A lot of these guys that you see and they daddies coaching them, they're running out of real estate because they not fighting like they... Listen, every time I look at a fight, Robert Garcia is in somebody's corner. His guys stay active. Bam, Morataya, all them guys over at that gym, they stay active. I'm just going off what's seen on the TV. That's all I got. They don't be fighting because this is why Tank is not really boxing like he want to. He not confident with his coaching. Niggas don't know what they doing, blood. They don't know what they doing. This is me and my man Anthony Sims Jr. be talking about. How are you teaching something you never did? Why are you trying to talk to somebody about something that you don't even know yourself and haven't mastered? Like, I used to be a crazy hooper. That's why I use the word hooper. I never played high school. I never played college because I didn't understand the game. And nobody was sitting me down breaking down the X's and O's of basketball. It is very intricate, bro. You get out there in a fundamental and the fundamental construct of a professional game, and I'm not just talking about a league rec with a ref. You know, I'm talking about like actual college. Listen, you will be toast. Listen, you know how I know? Even in the NBA, when you talk to guys and they say, who the first guy to bust you down in the league, pause. And they be like, this guy. You know why that happened? Because they don't even understand the game. They're doing all types of picks, backdoors. Everything is happening at a speed that you're not used to. Boxing is even worse. Now, just to think of somebody punching you in your nose. What? You haven't even mastered the understanding of defense from someone who did it. Now, listen, even when you got somebody who did it before, if they fundamentals ain't on point, whoever they training gonna have problems. You could be telling them, but when you go to show them and then they actually watch you, they're gonna be like, wait, I thought you said do it like this. You not even do. That matters, blood. Like, oh, like I'm just talking about what matters. Like, fundamentals gotta be on point. And like, that's the thing, like even with the women's boxing, I don't care if you're a woman. You gotta have fundamentals. You know who got good fundamentals as a woman? And I know that. I never heard nobody call her out. It's T-Baby. She used to be a police officer. She was an Olympian. She don't ever get no fights because she's going to smoke you. T-Baby is nice in there. Even Ava was nice, but back then some of her fundamentals was off. But she had decent enough fundamentals to smoke you. Bang, bang. You laying on your arm. Hold on. You like this. You reaching up into the ether, but you laying on your arm and your legs are running in a motion. You're drunk. You're drunk in there, buddy. You drunk in there. What my man say, if you a fighter that hasn't fought in a year, they are persona not grata. I don't even know what you saying, bro. Developing the art of not blinking is one of the... Oh, man. Hey, listen. I'm glad Cuz said that. Youngstown King. Is that Youngstown King or Whitetown King? Whatever that is. I hadn't sparred in a minute after my eye surgery, and somebody threw some shots, and I remember I closed my eyes. Listen, from right then and there, I said, man, what the fuck? I really got, and was like, oh snap, I gotta pay attention. Can't be closing my eyes and blinking. That was a great, listen, you get the garlic butter gratitude gift. RB the baller say, you have to spar and fight consistently to get rid of blinding habits. Not even that, bro. You really got to work on your fundamentals in the gym. You have to work on your fundamentals in the gym. Like, what I mean it is, you got to work on your body mechanics, on how you deliver punches and the position your body in the gym also. You gotta shadow box it. You gotta spar with it. You gotta do it on the bag. You got to. Like, these things are supposed to be worked on in the gym before you even get out there and think you about to get some work. Like, you really gotta do, and that's the thing. If you don't work on your fundamentals in the gym, and then you sparring and doing the certain things on the mitts, you're just cementing in the bad habits. Hey, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. I'm just the messenger. If a fighter hasn't fought, oh yeah, we already read that. You know, I'm just here as a messenger. At this point, don't shoot the messenger. You know? I'm just Hamza, the messenger. I'm a divine being. It's a part of the practice. You have to identify with it. Can't be identifying with your job, your emotions, any of that. You got to identify as a divine being. You know, but hey, bro, fundamentals are fundamentals. They have to be mastered. Like, and it can be challenging. Because when you get tired, it is comfortable to do certain things. But that's when you really break yourself down and be like, nope, I'm gonna do it. This is the thing. When I get tired, when I used to get tired, that's when I go into my Joe Louis, hands up, sticking the jab. I really had to learn that. And I remember one time, this is the thing. When I kind of knew how to do it, but I was so used to getting away with fighting how I wanted to fight in my fundamental realm, in the fundamental realm, that one time I was at Virgil's and he made me get on my hands up, keeping it simple, throwing 1 or 2 shots, neutralizing somebody with that. And then it really made me start thinking like, you know what? I need to do this when I get tired, because it's hard to be athletic when you're tired. Your fundamentals start kind of coming apart until your second and third and fourth wind come. What do I think? We don't think on this channel. What are your thoughts about a coach that has a ton of great amateurs and national champions but no great pros? That means you just said it. I don't even have to have the thoughts on it. You just said it. They don't have any amateurs, and the pros are 2 different leagues. One, you got headgear off and shirt off. Smaller compact gloves, horsehair or orthopedic gloves. Then the other one, all the gloves are orthopedic with more padding, and you have a headgear and a shirt on. It's going to be a way, listen, the headgear on, it's a way different scrap. Soon as you take that shirt off and people start going to your guts, that even feels different. So the leather slapping your stomach with no shirt on, it feels different. It's not what you think. I'm telling you. No headgear. You taking all types of residual damage. You might get hit with a slight headbutt in the pocket, an elbow. Like, not even purposely. Just throwing a punch. Some of these things graze you. Sometimes you get up on the inside, your heads come together, hit your lip. Man, that shit be painful, dog. Even in MMA, like, if I haven't grappled in the wrong time, sometimes my hands don't even be in the right positions and people be kind of like, elbow might go down and smash my hand. I haven't grappled in a while, so sometimes my hands and things you do get caught in the wrong position. You know what I mean? For a while, I could grapple without a cup. I was grappling so much. But then if you haven't do it in a while, you grapple without a cup, somebody's going to hit them balls in that dick. Hey, listen, excuse my language. It's going to hurt. It's going to be very, very painful, dog. I'm telling you, it's not a joke like that. Like, so, you know, amateur coaching, you remember it's only 3 minute rounds and 3 2-minute rounds. And that's 6 minutes of work. It's a different pace and everything. You get in there, you working toe to toe. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like the amateurs because they defensive minded and they want time to set up their shots. That's why I never liked that. I never enjoyed the amateurs. You know, I did it because I knew I wanted to get comfortable, but I always used to be like, man, this is not enough time for me to break somebody down. You got to really go out there and really work. But then I started to learn there's certain things you can do in the amateurs because people are at the amateur pace and they used to doing the 3 minutes. If you know how to defend and use your jab, they will slow down in the middle of the second round, and then you can start picking them apart and then stop them. And even that takes some time to develop. It does. Yes, it does. All of these things take time to develop in the sport of boxing, the craft. Now that pro game is different. They hitting hips, they digging the kidneys. Back in the day before the thumb was attached to the glove, they thumbing eyes. It's mad different techniques going on. You know, before the thumb was attached to the glove, they could literally grab your hand. Grab it, hold it, grab your elbow. Once they attach the thumb, you can still grab the elbow with what they call the monkey grip, like in jiu-jitsu. Oh man, Now that's why this is called paying your dues. If you haven't paid your dues to know these, hey Amari, can you do me a favor, blood? Can you hand me the water out the freezer? I'm gonna just pour something in this joint right here. I was in the gym sweating and getting it in. The jug. The gallon. I mean, and the refrigerator, I'm sorry. But I'm a little gassed, blood.
What you say?
Yeah, I'm a little gassed, blood. That's how I know I'm gassed. But yeah, like, you have to pay your dues on mastering the fundamentals, man. That is important, mastering those fundies, as we call them. When them is not mastered, you're going to reach a certain level, but then you're going to plateau. I even noticed at a certain level, you can pull moves, but even if the moves you pulling are not in the fundamental realm of moves, you still gonna lose. And the reason why I'm saying this is I'll use defense because when I really start learning how to defend and watching tape and learning how people turn their shoulders when they slipping, I started to realize that T hitting.
Like a motherfucker. I'm gonna just start drinking this every day before I train.
I started learning, like, you think you could slip, you think you slipping shots, and you really not slipping them. And then even when you slipping them, if you get caught square, when you slipping, you still available to get hit. Like, I was working with Dion today, and I'm not even right-handed. I ran him into the right uppy. Lifted that head up out of there, buddy. Lifted that head drink. He got to ducking that head. Bang! Head up. Don't bring your head forward, bro. I'm gonna hit you with an uppercut. Then he stopped bringing his head forward, but then even in his slips, I say, hey, blood, you still slipping, but you're not pivoting while you slipping. You got to slip and pivot around a guy while you slipping, or you still available to get hit. You still in the same spot. You know, I noticed that with Bam, not Bam's last opponent, but the guy before that, the vet, he stopped like pivoting on his slips, and dude caught him with a left and sat him down. You got when you slipping, turn the shoulder, turn the shoulder. Some people think they be slipping because they be kind of going like, no, you're not slipping. Because you go like this, you can't really punch off that properly. You can't throw the best shot off that. It's really about throwing the best shot, just not any shot. You want to be able to throw the best shot. So that's when I start realizing, oh, if I slip like this, I'm cocking the right hand naturally off the slip so that I can throw the shot. If I slip the hook, if I slip the right hand and I turn the shoulder, then the hook is available to smoke you with naturally, because if you load up the hook, you turn this way. Yeah. So if I slip a right, I'm automatically loading the hook up. Then when I started to learn when you roll, you got to roll up under and turn your shoulders as you roll, so that way you can throw your shots and have range of motion to throw a full backhand shot if you're throwing a 2-3-2 or a 6-3-2. You know, you got to get that shoulder back in front. Those things learn from just being in the gym, working your fundamentals over and over and over and seeing, oh, that's how you do that. It's that way. But if you slipping or stepping with your feet, like the crossing the feet thing, and stepping over and knees over the head over the knees and stepping across, that's cool. But can you punch from that position? You can't. Somebody gonna smoke you. One go, 2006. Why you retracting messages? But yeah, that's what, you know, those are the things. You got to really know how to slip and juke and jive in there in your fundamental realm. Now, is it going to be done 100% of the time? No, you're going to break the fundamental barrier. Sometimes getting out of position. Sometimes you might slip something and do something out of desperation. But if you really work your fundamentals properly, you will slip out of desperation the fundamental way, and then that's when people get knocked out. Listen, because instead of just somebody shooting the right hand and you just throwing your arms up like Larry Holmes, they throw the right hand and then you slip it, bang, and it's over with. Because you've done it so much. And I have to think that it works because I worked on my handles so hard that people would dart at me and I will automatically go into a move without even thinking. Bang, bang, and you're gone. Listen, you are gone. You run up, you get done up. If you just running up and you don't know how to stutter step and close out, I am going to cook you on that court. I'm going to have your feet all mixed up. You're going to be probably on the canvas or running a certain way, trying to reach back because you wasn't even supposed to be going that way. You know, and it's the same with boxing. If you really work your fundamentals and master them, those become the moves you use out of desperation instead of just doing anything and then slip, bang. You might pull off somebody, pull, drop down, bang. And that's when you see people get knocked out. It's when you see them get knocked out. And it's never the shot that you thought it was going to be. It's never the shot you thought. Because when you hit somebody with a knockout punch, you ain't even trying to hit them hard. You just happen to slip and touch them, and then it's like they disappear. That's when I start knowing you hit the sweet spot. It was the perfect velocity. You had the perfect angle and everything. But it usually comes off defense or surprising somebody with the speed of the shot and putting it directly on the target. I just watched these young men do body work today, and the one kid was throwing a shot, and the other kid just threw an uppercut up under his elbow while he was throwing a shot, and it hurt him. He was on the ground crying. But he wasn't crying like boo-hooing. He was just like, oh. And they do body work all the time. I've been watching them on the net. It's James the Beast something. But yeah, it was his brother who stopped him. And they was just doing body work. They wasn't even doing nothing crazy. And they didn't even look like they was going that hard. He just threw a punch and he split him in between the shot. And he came right up under the forearm. And under the elbow forearm. He had his hands up. No, he actually kind of was in the shell, right-handed like this. And he threw the 6 and it came right up under that forearm right here. Bang, caught him while he was going to deliver. He just hit the ground. He was on the ground for a good minute. Tears in his eyes. He was hurt. He was definitely hurt. Trip.45. Dude was 1-6-1 trying to tell us it's okay to cross your feet. See, this is the thing. That's cuz Ryan. He tried to tell me that in my DM. Trips. 45 Trippy. He tried to tell me that in the DM. And what I did was I screenshotted him crossing his feet and bending over like that. And I said, if this is correct, what punch can you throw from that position? He said, oh, you're teaching me something. I am. And this is the sad part, blood. His coach told him, yeah, that's the fundamental way, but this is the advanced way. Hey, blood, you're drunk. You're drunk. You can't advance fundamentals. Fundamentals are fixed. There is no advancement over a fundamental. That don't even make sense. There's no logic behind that. Dude literally said that's the advanced way, crossing your feet. No, that's the stupid way. That's the ignorant way. That's making up your own rules. That's not advanced at all. Cooked. I hit him in a DM. I could go to it right now, blood. Cooked him in the DM, blood. It's not even personal. You can't be doing stuff like that in no boxing gym, blood. Like, when people don't understand, you could get hurt with this, blood. You could die. Like, he said he was going to listen to his coach, but on his own do what he... I said, blood, I just want to tell him, blood, get a new coach, my nigga. Is you bugging? Just get a new one. Look. Hold on, I'm about to let you know right now. Hold on. Look, I'm gonna let y'all hear the message just of me. Look, hold on, this what dude said.
Yo, today at the gym, we were doing a drill, and my coach specifically demonstrated the exact way you're saying not to do it. The stepping across. He demonstrated that shit. You said no coaches demonstrate that.
No, see, this is what he don't understand.
I even spoke up. I was like, hey, aren't we supposed to step with the right foot when we're going to the right? And they said, yeah, that's the fundamental beginner version, but when you're advanced, you can step across. That was the reply of the coach. So, I don't know, bro. I hear you, and I hear everything you're saying, and it does make sense, and you're right, it's not fundamental, but I do think that there's options in the game, and I don't think anyone should limit themselves, because theoretically, boxers aren't supposed to, switch stance, but we do. At the elite levels, things happen that wouldn't necessarily be taught to a beginner, I don't know. I'm just trying to say I wouldn't limit yourself to just only teaching one way as a dogmatic method.
And this is why you cooked, because you can't limit yourself to fundamentals. What are you talking about, bro? Like, that's what I be talking about. That's not advanced. It's unfundamentally wrong. So then I say,
Hey, here's the thing, bro.
You know what? I got something for y'all. Just give me a second. And that's what I be trying to tell people, blood. And I go into the DM and I try to have the conversation. And then after we kept having a conversation, at the end of the day, I just cooked his beans. Hold on 1 second. You can't advance past no fundamentals, and you're not limiting yourself. You're staying away from moves that don't work. You don't make up your own moves in the gym.
2 + 2 is 4. How do you advance that? You see what I'm saying? Even when you use multiplication, it's still a fundamental of addition. That's just a faster way to do something. 2 + 2 is 4. That's it, bro. That's the fundamental math of mathematics. You can't advance fundamentals. Fundamentals are the foundation of something. I know what you're saying, but that's not the beginner way. That's the real way in boxing, how you keep yourself. Listen, ask your coach this. When you step and bend over like that, what punch can you deliver from there?
Cook.
You see what I'm saying?
You cook now.
You can't deliver your heart. You can't deliver a fundamental punch.
You cook.
Bent. You know what? I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you, and then ask you the same question.
So then I screenshotted him in this position. You see that?
Sometimes they're not able to.
You screenshot. Now what shot you throwing from there? What punches you throwing from there? What punches you throwing from there? You see that? If you have a problem seeing it, it's because the light is shining. Put it over here some. What shot you throwing from there? What shot you throwing from this position? Somebody explain what you seeing from what you throwing from this position. And that's exactly what I said, Trips. One uppy is to that nugget. He cooked like that. He getting ready to kiss the ground. That's what I'm saying. I sent him that and said, all right, if that's, and then his foot is up off the ground. I said, hey, bro, what punch you throwing from there?
Now, ask your coach, what punch can you throw from this position? That's how I know it's not correct. Now, listen, if he was doing that and you slipped and stepped with the right foot over, you can score from that position on a professional level. You cannot score from this position. There's no punch that you can actually throw that's a fundamental shot with your head over your knees and you stepping across like that. That's how I know what's a correct position in boxing from working with and amongst the greats like Andre Ward, seeing Floyd. You can't punch from there. So it can't be correct because you got to be able to turn defense into offense. And I'm going to break it down on Instagram. Thank you. So it's actually not advanced. It's advancing you to get stopped faster. It's going to advance you.
It's going to advance you to get cooked.
Because
We're going to cook your
Got
pasta.
your head over your knees like that, you're available for an uppercut. Bro, I really do this, bro. I do not play. I was a professional myself. I do not play with technique. Techniques and fundamentals are principles. They can't be broken or advanced. They're fixed in nature. That's like saying you can jump off a cliff and fly. You can't advance past magnetism and what's known as gravity. It's fixed.
There's laws of nature.
Rules in boxing that are fixed. You don't cross your feet like this because you can't score from that position. And I'm going to talk about it on IG.
He said, respect. I coach and fight too. I appreciate the breakdown. I said, I appreciate you listening without emotion. He said, no, fam. I'm in the sport too. I'm in the sport to learn. I fight Saturday.
So good.
And I'm 1-6-1. And when he said that, I was like, it really, when he said he was 1-6-1, meaning he got 8 fights. He won 1, lost 6. It had a draw. I said, no wonder. Your coach got you doing clown work. Fuck is you? Hey, blood, I didn't listen. Then he said, I want to correct that and become a name people remember for the comeback. So thank you truly.
Every coach has a different opinion, but I can learn something from everyone. And what you're saying makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm definitely be drilling more, stepping on the right foot. My coach actually directly told me not to step on the right foot.
His coach told him not to step with the right foot when you right-handed. His coach is trying to get him cooked. His coach is trying to get him cooked, bro.
We'll go out there and win Saturday, brother. Everything's on the line on this one. I mean everything. So I'm gonna go get the dub. So thank you for this, and I'm gonna try not to make that mistake in the fight. And we're gonna come back victorious and just keep sharpening the toolkit, brother.
Hey, Vontae, where you been, blood? Hey, blood, you need to hit my phone, blood. Vontae. Hey, blood, you need to hit my phone, blood. I've been looking for you. You need to hit my phone, blood. You need to hit my phone, blood. You don't even got my number. Where is you at? Hit my Instagram or something. Hold on. Check your gram. What's your email or something, blood? Is this you? Yeah. I just sent you my number. To one of your IGs. Body by Dior. He said advanced CTE. Dude is delusional. He shouldn't be coaching anyone. Hey, bro. You know, I be trying to tell people, man. He said his coach told him don't do that. Like, your coach could have never boxed before, bro. Your coach never boxed ever in his life. That was Gervonta hitting the bag. And although it looks great, where is the plan? There was no plan of action. There's no plan of action. But yeah, that's just what it is, blood. That's just what it is. Yeah, blood. You know, it's just some things you just there's things that you can do in boxing, things you can't do. The majority of what you do has to be done correctly. Has to be done correctly, bro. You can't just do what you want in the ring. It'll get you fried. And that's the thing, like I keep saying. You think you could be doing, you might think you're doing good because you getting off, you doing this. Hey, I want to shout out to my man Khaled Crosby for the $10 Zelle. Khaled Crosby sent that $10 Zelle for the cook session. Shout out to my man Khaled. You know what I mean? To the Nation of Islam. Salam alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. To the FOI. Fruit of Islam. Appreciate you, brother. But there's one thing you got to understand. Fundamentals is important, bro. You keep your fundies in check. Or you will be. Or you can get your neck cracked. Hey, listen. There's fundamental offense, defense. There's fundamental way. Listen, there's a fundamental way to recover from a knockdown. All of it matters. Hey, Vontae, blood, you gotta email me. Let me put the Zelle in the chat. This is my email. Vontae, if you reading it, if you hearing me. But come to the A, blood. It's time. Hey, blood, he not Debo Haney, blood. I don't want to hear that no more. He ducked, he not trying to get that Rolly work. So he not Debo. This is what you got to understand, man. James Toney, you can work with cuz all you want. He's not a personal trainer. He will have to teach you the moves, stay with working with him, and then he got to work your corner so he can articulate what needs to be done in the ring. You can't just go to him one time, think you're going to go do it with your dad, who not James Toney, and then now it's going, you got it now. Like, what? The fuck is you? That's like having, I'm not saying you can't improve a little, but hey, listen, bro. You can't work with Steph Curry for 1 hour and now you got a stroke now. Pause. No, bro. It don't work like that. You have to spend time. Listen, the guys in the NBA and other crafts, they spend time with specialty coaches all the time. They in with them before the games, after the games, before practice, after practice, during practice. They with him, and they're with those guys all the time, man. They're with them all the time. They're with them all the time. Now, if you already a hooper and then you spend some time with Steph and then he give you a couple tweaks and then you go to the gym, that's different. Dev is, but for some reason, boxing, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't work like that. Like, these things have to be ingrained into your brain matter, your nervous system. Your spirit, actually, has to be cemented and ingrained into the spirit, brain matter, and nervous system. It's just what it is. I've seen it. You could tell somebody to do something one time, that don't mean they're going to do it. Clearly doesn't. Because as soon as they get hit a certain way and do something, they're going to resort back to what they know, because that's what they're comfortable with, and that's what their memory is set on. That's just what it is. They have to spend hours and hours and hours doing the same thing over and over to where they know nothing else but that. They can't even do the thing that they used to do because they've worked on it so much that their body mechanics and muscle, that their memory is telling their muscle to do it, they can't even not do it. PBC was playing clown games, trying to tell Debo to put the money up. That's not a clown game, bro. Hey, Alpha Man 2869, do you know how boxing work? You need a backing. He independent. Either you take the offer, which he said was a good offer, or you put your own money up for the fight. If you can't put your own money up, then you have to find somebody to buy the fight. Nobody's buying the fight from Dev because he doesn't sell. And that's why he didn't want to get the fight on top of Rolly potentially knocking his brains out. Rolly doesn't respect Devin's power at all, and he's not one of them people that's going to waste his time trying to box with Devin. He's going to really come up in there. Dev will have to smoke him up out of there. And that's not guaranteed. He's not a puncher, bro. Fuck out of here. You're just talking, bro. The deal was for $12 million. PBC got 6, and they both was gonna get $3 million. He didn't want to get that work, bro. He ducked the work. And he got to duck it because he got a belt now, and Rolly has a belt. Rolly has the WBA. So, hey, that is what it is. He didn't want to work because he didn't want to potentially get his pack busted, and then, he wouldn't have to pay BBC no money. He independent. He would have got his $3 million. He want more money for that hard work. I get it, but just say that. Just say that. It wasn't a clown game. Devin don't have more money than PBC. They're funding the fight. So you don't know what you're talking about. And listen, if you act like you don't know what you're talking about, you will be on timeout. I don't have time to be going back and forth with nonsense. Tell Dev it take money to make money. Yeah, it does. Actually, it take knowledge to make money. Knowledge is power, and power creates currency. Hey, listen, I'm telling you. Hey, listen, I'm telling you. Hey, listen, I'm telling a person. Knowledge is power, and power is what creates the currency. You can't create a current without power. So that means if you don't have the knowledge, you will part ways from your currency. I didn't make this up. You don't just get power. Power comes from knowledge. Knowledge is information. You have to read a book and master the book before you just get out here talking like you know. It don't work like that. Then you'll have a powerful enough current. Then at some point, you gotta have magnetism to attract what you want. Those are the rules. Knowledge is power, and power creates current. And that's why they call money currency. So without knowledge, ain't no money. So all the Devin Haney promotions and all of that, they pulled the card, blood. And this is what I'll be trying to tell. See, this is what happened with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. They was playing with somebody who already had crazy bread over them. And it's a tricky game when you playing with. Ryan is not as crazy as people think he is. He's not crazy at all. He actually pulled a move. You gotta think he made 30 million with Tank. So he already had crazy bread. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Man, what is going on? How did this message retract? I didn't do that. I didn't do that, dog. Yeah, dude don't want to work. No, he didn't. He used Golden Boy. Hey man, hey, you on timeout. I'm about to put you on timeout. Cause for you to even compare Devin to Floyd, you tripping. Take a 10-minute break, bro. You cooked. You need a 10-minute break. 600 seconds. Take a break, bro. Don't ever compare Floyd and Devin in the same sentence. Bro, you tripping. You tripping, bro. You tripping, bro.
Man, shut your dumb ass up.
Stop it, bro. You gotta stop that, bro.
Man, shut your dumb ass up.
You gotta stop it, bro.
Man, shut your dumb ass up.
You gotta stop it, bro.
Man, shut your dumb ass up.
It's not it. Floyd sold Gates pay-per-views. Devin Haney has not even come close to 500,000 pay-per-views, bro. On multiple occasions, bro. You gotta stop. You gotta stop this sickness that y'all got. To just be in here saying anything, bro. We're not here for that. When I was watching the African brothers outside get some work without headgear, you gotta get headgears on. Yeah, Stevenson was talking about getting some work with Moritaya at 35, but Moritaya already fighting. Then he wants to come up and fight Shakur for the 140. And Shakur talking about, why would I fight you at 140? Because you got a belt, dummy. Are you dumb? You gotta be silly, bro. You don't offer nothing at 145, 135. Why would he even fight you at 135? He got more to lose than you. Hey, man, get up out of here. See that? And it's the thing. He want to try to fight him at 135. Because his thoughts is that the man, he trying to see, because he think he going to be weight drained and all of that. No, he want to come up to 140 and get some work with you. Get to work with him at 140. Yeah, bro, get to work. Shakur not trying to get that work, bro. All these guys is running out of real estate. He got to work with Teofimo because he knew he lacked fundamentals and he was small. Teofimo was talking about getting some work with Ryan, but that was just talk. He about to get some work with Conor, and Ryan gonna smoke Conor.
What the fuck are you doing? What are football. Get some workout too. On stake too, watch. Bang, cash out 28. Ready? Again, cash out. Oh, 28. Getting some workout too, playing football.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, listen, bro. You gotta know better. These boxing folks is different. These dudes is different. They just be on here talking. You just yapping your gums and it makes no sense. You gotta stop yapping your gums. It makes no sense out here. You know, hey, listen, as far as hooping, though, I'll tell you what Jordan ain't never did. He ain't ever hooped in the playoffs with his son. That's unheard of. Stop it. Listen, LeBron had a son. His son got old enough to get to the NBA and actually be good enough to play. Hey, bro, and now they in the playoffs. That's crazy. That's crazy. My man Johnny from the hangout spot is in the building. Say what's up to my man Johnny from the hangout spot. My man. What's up with DUES? Oh, MJ's son is Dookie Crisps. He is Dookie Crisps. DUES and my man John. John from the Hangout John. Yeah, man. We just wanted to get a real cook in today. Just about some fundamentals, some different things. You know what I mean? We got a workout in already today. You got a workout in. You got a great workout in today. Hey, blood, you gotta listen, bro. Alpha, you were comparing Floyd Mayweather and Devin Haney. Bro, you tripping, bro? They don't sell the same. Floyd is making more money than Devin Haney right now doing exhibitions. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? You gotta know that. You gotta know that, bro. You gotta send it to my email that's on the Zelle, bro.
What's your name? Mufati. What? Mufati. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, you guys say me too.
Yeah, man. PBC asked Debo to do the same. Hey, blood, Devin ain't got the bread Floyd got. He didn't sell the tickets he had. You just talking. You still just talking. You're just talking. You literally just yapping. You just yapping your gums, man. You don't get it. No adjustments, bro. The adjustment he can make is getting a real coach. You need a whole new coach, bro. You can't have your dad teaching something he ain't never did. That's just what it is. Good looking for that. I'm going to check it out. Trips 4-5. I'm going to check it out. Yeah, Devin need a new coach, bro. He needs somebody to coach him the full time and work the corner. Then he still might get smoked. Ryan is strong, bro. Ryan is strong. And he don't want no parts of Ryan. He don't want no parts of none of them cats. He don't want no parts of none of them, bro. And no matter where he turned, and no matter where he turned in the welterweight division, he gonna have some people on him. There's always gonna be some problems. And that's the thing. That's why you ain't seen him getting no work. He gonna have to get some work. He gonna have to get some real work. He got to get some work. He is coaching. He in the corner. If you in the corner, you coaching. If you in the corner, you coaching. If you in the corner, you coaching. You in the corner, you coaching. So you gotta, he is coaching for real. We already talked about that. Hey, bro, do you want to be on timeout again? I just told you how this shit work. You can't go chill out with Devin. You can't go chill out with James Toney and then he not in your corner using him like a personal trainer. Just because Mickey Bay doing the mitts for Devin and telling him how to do shit, if he not in the corner to articulate what they worked on the mitts and giving the instruction, then he dead. Say one more dumb shit, you gone for longer. Out of here. Oh man, Hitchison is cat. He cat. He not trying to get no work. He not trying to get no work. And that's somebody who can't take no pressure. He not trying to get no work. Is he the head man? Goodbye. You don't get it. You don't get it. Mickey Bay is not the head man in the corner. You're not going to keep going back and forth. Stop the cap. Gotta stop the cap. And that's why you get cooked. Cause now you gone for 1,008 seconds. Take a break. I just said he wasn't in the corner for real. He in the corner when whatchamacallit is in the corner and he the third and fourth man. He's shutting up. All right, man, take a break. He's shutting his mouth. Keyshawn Davis been on some clown-ish to acting like he wanna smoke with. Man, he don't want no work, bro. Abdullah at 135. What's up with Spanish cuz? Not even Spanish cuz, black cuz. Andy Cruz. You don't want to work with him. Exactly. He drunk. He's not even worth hollering at. Get him up out of here. Yeah, man, we just wanted to rap today. Talk about some fundamental work. Get some fundamental work in. You know, what y'all got? What y'all got going? That is crazy.
God have mercy upon us.
Man, you never did nothing boxing. How you know it all? You got, oops. My bad, Trip. My bad, Trip. I was trying to get somebody else out here. Yeah, I got him out of here. I ain't even gonna waste no time with you. I'm not listening. Kendrick Bay is gone. He didn't last, well, I never even seen him before. He didn't last 2 seconds. Hey man, we off the live. Niggas is coming in running their mouth about nothing. You a clown. I had made a mistake and blocked you, Trips. I had to unhide, get you back on. But yeah, I don't even know, cuz niggas just be running their mouth and in their feelings, man. I don't care. Hey, listen, you see me in public and you get to running your mouth talking stupid, it could get you hurt, bro. I don't be joking with people like that. Like, I'm not these other guys. You're liable to get your brains knocked out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey man, what's today? You about to end on a great note. End with the laws. Hey, listen, your nature, it says it right here. Your nature is unconquerable peace. Therefore, nothing or no one in the world can be against you. It's about oneness. All experiences come to you to promote your reclamation of peace. That you may in turn acquire wisdom and spiritual power. You get that? Hold on, before you trip, here's the reasoning behind what I just said. If attaining our natural state of peace in situations of challenge enhances our intuition and spiritual strength, then we should not label situations of challenge as detrimental to our being. If a bad event cannot be avoided, what is the point of allowing it to degrade us when it can be used for enhancement by simply manifesting the proper attitude? All-Sar truisms. I identify as myself, the indwelling divinity that guides the functions of my being. Do you understand that? The self is the indwelling divinity that guides the functions of your being. That's even before we get to the body portion. My person is therefore always in the presence of the Lord. Would I give more respect to men than to the God within who is witness to all my thoughts, feelings, and actions? You get it? I am the one life dwelling as the self and all beings. I'm going to read that again because sometimes y'all don't get that. I am the one life dwelling as the self of all beings. That's trees, animals, everything that's animated, growing. If it's not, then it's electromagnetism that minerals have in them. Rocks, things like that. Myself, as the indwelling divinity in all things, is the source of prosperity and peace in the world. I'll say it again. Myself, as the indwelling divinity in all things, is the source of prosperity and peace in the world. That's all seer. Let me show you who that is, because you might not get it. All seer, the number 1. It's under Amen. You see? You see that? We teach from the chart. If it don't add up correctly on the chart, hey, you don't know. Get it together. Get it together. Hey, one yourself. That's why they say that. It's about oneness.